Welcome back to the Two Guys Named Chris show. Lisa Lanier standing by for Lawyer Up inside several legal cases today. But first, we mentioned this. Chris Dim said the DNA of a tree had to be matched. There was a positive match. The only chance of being wrong was 1 in how many?
1 in a undecillion.
1 undecillion chance.
Which is the number 1, followed by 36 zeros. Before this morning, I'd never heard that word.
Okay. Me neither. This kid has figured out a way, how many different ways to arrange a standard deck of cards. 52 cards can be arranged in this many ways.
80 uvagentillion, 658 vagentillion, 175 novendecillion, 170 octodecillion, 943 septendecillion, 878 sextecillion, 571 quindecillion, 660 quattordecillion, 603 sextredecillion, 856 duodecillion, 403 undecillion, 766 decillion, 975 nonillion, 289 octillion, 505 septillion, 440 sextillion, 883 quintillion, 277 quadrillion, 824 trillion.
I think I heard him say undecillion.
He did. Right in the middle of it. All right. Enough of this now.
It's not nice, is
that
it?
young man figured that out and did it very, very nicely.
That's just like a... I mean, that's like you can just plug that into a machine, right? And it would just...
Yes.
Figure it out.
But it took him 30 seconds to
By
say...
hand? Oh, just to say the number.
Just to say the number. It took him 30
I didn't know there
seconds.
were names for numbers that high.
Really?
I didn't either. Sometimes when we would sit around the dinner table, you know, when like we were your kid's age, Kelly, Lisa Lanier's kid's age, and we would kind of, you know, talk about big numbers. And then somebody would always come swooping into infinity.
Yeah.
And then I had Jerk O'Brien Thomas would go, oh, yeah, infinity plus 1.
Impossibility.
Can't do it.
That's right. We would go at it over that one too. At least
The other thing was math was always percentages. When they ever say, "Oh, well, this is the prices are 300% higher," I had a math teacher say, "Nothing can be more than 100%." It's always 100% is the highest.
I've always thought that too.
You can say it's 3 times more or 300 times more, but you can't say 300%.
When somebody says,
"What if someone wants to give 110% on the field?"
It's wrong. You can't do it.
Can't do
Same
it.
thing. When the
I mean, that's pithy.
You can't do it.
But you can't do it.
You can't really do it. Here's a woman who gives 110% all the time. Her name's Lisa Lanier. Lisa, how are you today?
I'm fantastic. That kid was painful to listen to. He just guaranteed he will never be invited over for a play date ever.
Ouch.
Lisa, no.
Brain shame.
You guys were like torturing me with that this morning. I was like waiting. I was like, that kid's never going to shut up.
Listen,
right?
she doesn't suffer stuff like that. She won't. You know,
No.
she got her kids a pet rabbit. She gave it away. Look, elf on the shelf, to hell with it.
Next.
Nope. Not doing it. She's told us her attitude on these things. She doesn't have time for all of it.
Somebody need to tell that kid to go do that in another room.
That's right.
Get that out of here.
That's right.
Let's talk the law now. Big high-profile case going on with Alec Baldwin and this accidental shooting on the set of Rust a few weeks ago. The key gaffer now, who is an electrician on the set, is taking legal action against Baldwin and the armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, and the assistant director, Dave Halls, because the bullet that struck the woman and killed her, he says, whizzed by his head as well. He was nearly shot, and it's caused him extreme emotional distress. He has had nightmares. He's had horrible... he just can't function after this event. Do you think he's going to wind up getting money from Alec Baldwin and the others as well?
You know, I think they'll probably end up settling with him, but he has sort of a weak case in some ways because he did not suffer. He claims a physical injury, but it's very attenuated. He says that as the bullet whizzed past him, he was 6 feet from the gun. He says that gunpowder or some debris like hit him in the face and hit his glasses. And but you know, I mean, that's pretty weak. And then, but his bigger claim is the emotional issue of, you know, he was the one that held the cinematographer while she died, and he was very, very good friends with her. But New Mexico law, which is going to control here, it's very hard to have an infliction of emotional distress claim without an attendant physical injury. And in order for him to do that, he's going to, for negligent infliction, he's going to have to show that he had a physical injury as well. But for intentional infliction, he doesn't have to have the physical injury, but he has to show that they were grossly negligent, not just merely negligent.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting. But I think they'll settle with him because I think Alec Baldwin seems like I think he feels terrible about all this, and he's probably going to end up wanting to do the right thing.
I think he will settle with this guy, too.
It sounds like not to get too personal here, but our own weather Dave got shot more than this man here.
I'll handle this. This guy don't get nothing.
Dave got shot.
I'm going to tell you right
Yeah,
now.
Dave
got
got
shot.
They did get
I
shot.
had him whiz past me. I had him graze me. So don't even talk to me about that. This guy, you want to throw him $1,000 just to shut his mouth? Throw it to him. But he doesn't get anything for this.
You should have gotten something, Dave.
Yeah.
From who?
You should. Do you know how much money you should have gotten?
80 uvagentillion, 658 vagentillion, 175
That's what I'm saying. Right, Lisa? That's somebody. That's how much.
Oh,
how
my
much
God.
money
Yeah,
does?
there's that kid, yeah.
78, 60,
How much money does Lisa Lanier get you in a lawsuit?
660 decillion, 636 decillion, 800.
I'll take half of it in cash.
That's right now. You'll settle out of court for that. I know that.
I don't want to hear this other stuff. This shouldn't even been on the docket today, Kelly. Come on.
Oh,
now.
I apologize.
Gee, Merry Christmas.
Here's some prisoners that are suing. 3 men are suing Oklahoma County Jail employees who investigators found forced them to stand handcuffed for hours and listen to the children's song Baby Shark on repeat over and over and over again. So they are suing now, that Oklahoma County. Lisa, what do you think, the Baby Shark lawsuit? Do the inmates win?
Yeah, I think they're going to win here. It's basically, for a long time, it's been considered a form of torture to cause any kind of detainee to listen to loud, unpleasant music for a long period of time. And
You consider that loud, unpleasant music?
yeah, well, they played it really loud apparently for a long time. But yeah, it's right up there with that kid saying that big number, right?
Right.
This is what you put on big speakers and play over into North Korea over and over.
That's how you
Yeah,
do it. Exactly. That's right. So how much will they wind up getting, do you think?
I think that that's the thing. I don't know that it'll be a lot of money because compared to what has happened, what the CIA has done, what has happened at Guantanamo Bay, where these things have been ruled to be torture, those were like 24 hours of, having been chained to a wall like this and listening to this loud music, so you're sleep deprived and that sort of thing. Here, these guys misbehaved and they did this for 2 hours to them.
Okay.
So it's really not that bad. I mean, I think it's considered torture, but it's really not that bad.
Okay.
As torture goes, it's not that bad. So I don't think they'll get a lot of money. But the officers involved have all been charged criminally. So it's definitely something that I think they're not supposed to do.
Okay.
I don't hate this song.
I know you like it.
Yeah.
You like
Those
it.
are your nieces?
Yeah, singing all the time with them.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard it?
80 uvagentillion, 658 vagentillion, 175 decillion, 100.
I mean, I know they play it a lot for your nieces.
All the time.
That many times.
Brutal.
The CIA needs that kid. They need that kid.
That's right. That's what they need. Now, another celebrity in the news today, George Clooney, has written a letter to Britain's Daily Mail tabloid asking them to stop posting pictures of him and specifically his children because he thinks it could make his children targets for international terrorists. His wife is a human rights attorney who often will confront and put on trial terrorist groups. So he's concerned for the health of his children. Who wins in a case like this? Does the Daily Mail say, well, sorry, it's fair game. You're out on public, whatever. We can take a picture of you and post them. Or does he win because there really is a legitimate threat to the safety of his family? What do you think here, Lisa? I'm on his side on this. What do you think?
Yeah, well, it's just a battle of public opinion and trying to convince people not to follow tabloids like that if they do it, because he has no standing to file a lawsuit or anything. There's no protection for his children. The only place that in the vast majority of places, both in Europe and the United States, if you're out in public, you're fair game, whether you're a kid or you're an adult. California passed a few years ago a law that made it a misdemeanor to photograph celebrity children, but that's the only place. And I think he lives in Italy most of the time, and he just, he wants them to voluntarily refrain from doing this. There is a big movement among celebrities. Kristen Bell is a big proponent of this, and she encourages fans to sort of boycott these tabloids and these magazines if they have paparazzi out hunting their children. And so that's what they're going after here, is that sort of the court of public opinion, not anything legal.
I love Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
All right.
I do too. I like her husband too. They're very cool.
Oh, Dax.
Dax. Dax.
He don't like that. Kristen don't like that.
I'm just over them.
Yeah, I like old Kristen Bell. I think she does such a nice job.
As what?
Well, I liked her in Frozen as the voice in Frozen, and I really liked her in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I like
The Good Place. Yeah.
I like her. I think she's a terrific actress.
Okay.
Well, if I not to muddy the waters with with Kristen Bell anymore. But Lisa, in California, how do you define
taking a
celebrity's child?
Yeah. How big a celebrity is a celebrity?
Pauly Shore?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Right. Yeah.
Time to play celebrity high-low.
I think anyone who had a bit of notoriety, I think, would be able to qualify under that.
That's too vague.
But it's just a misdemeanor. Yeah, it's not really.
It is vague.
It hasn't really gone anywhere.
It's bad law. It's bad law.
If you take a picture of somebody with their kids in a stroller and you put it on the TMZ or whatever out in the open, that you have to blur out the kid's face?
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to. And I think what they're really, what they're really trying to do is these paparazzi are, they're chasing these kids. And you've seen, we've heard about this since the Princess Diana tragedy, but there's been lots of other, more recent situations where these folks are, like in George Clooney, he had somebody scaling a tree next to his property to take pictures of his kids recently. They go to all these extreme lengths where the celebrities are trying to hide the kids. And, Clooney has a really extra special reason, not just, look, we're celebrities and we don't want this, but you might get my kid killed because the Al-Qaeda people are after my wife.
I'm with him on I'm with him on that. I do.
Yeah.
That is true. Okay, and the last story, sports related now. The Chicago Bears are rumored to be moving out of Soldier Field. The stadium is antiquated. They've redone it, but it still only seats around 60,000, the smallest in the NFL, which I didn't know. And when they upfitted it, now people are saying, you never should have done that. It really was a great old facade they didn't want to lose, but then the upfit was not done properly and really couldn't be done properly in that spot. They want to move to Arlington Heights, where more fans live anyway, where the Bears fans live. Here's the deal, though. People pay as much as thousands of dollars for the PSL licensing in Soldier Field. Once they move, they don't have rights to the new seats in the new stadium. It's all up for grabs now.
Right.
And so they've paid in advance and they don't get that money back. I don't think that's right either, Lisa. How can this happen? Can they legitimately move and not give them a seat in the new stadium? How does it work?
Yeah, they sure can. Unfortunately, there's no legal protection here. These PSLs, as they're called, they don't transfer from stadium to stadium. They run concurrently with the team's lease on the building. Even if the franchise owns the building, there's still a lease involved there. So they basically, whatever they signed when they bought it, made it clear that it would not transfer. So they're out of luck. But there is talk that the team is going to offer them some kind of special deal when they get to the new place. And this is it's also kind of an unprecedented thing. We've only seen this in recent years. It started with the Carolina Panthers when they did the same thing in order to raise money for a new stadium, and now all the teams are doing it when they decide to move. That they're partially funding the new stadiums with these fan dollars, and there's really not been a situation where, because it's so new, that they've then moved again or anything. So this will be the first time that people have paid that money to renovate a stadium and then had it move fairly soon. I mean, it's been a while, but but these people paid up to, I think 10,000. 26. I think 26,000 was the highest one
for a PSL.
And that's not the ticket, right?
No, that's not even the ticket.
That's the right to buy the ticket.
The right to buy the ticket.
That's how to build the stadium, and now they got to redo it again because they're moving. Yeah. That stadium, when it was old Soldier Field, it was really historic looking, and when they didn't want to move, so when they built around it, I heard even at the time that was really tough to do. Now it looks totally different, It
does. It still has that facade, but it looks so out of place.
It does. It's like it doesn't match up.
Don't tell me they're going to put a dome on the new one.
They better not.
Of course they will.
Oh, they better not.
Of course they will.
They're going to. That's what everyone wants.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
So they can get a Super Bowl in Chicago.
They wanted to do it. They wanted to do it on Soldier Field.
Put a dome on?
Yeah, and the American Legion and the Veterans of Foreign Wars, and they all came up and said, if you put a dome on that, you can stop calling it Soldier Field.
That's right.
They said, because our guys didn't fight in a dome.
Do you know how many quarterbacks they've had since they last won a Super Bowl?
80 Uvagentillion, 658 Vagentillion, 175 Novanicillion, 100.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Long.
For the Bears.